When you first log into the editor, if you want to make some changes to the pages, the first thing to do is to go to the page you want to edit. So let's say that we want to change a page, maybe regular hours. So we can click in this edit area and nothing happens. In order to enable this area to be edited, you must first click this edit button. And what happens now is this area has become editable. You can click in it and change content. You notice that when I do click in it, you get this nice little menu system that gives you a bunch of options. And it stays at the top of the edit screen. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just change our regular hours to say our holiday hours. Notice that I can just click in there and start to type. Monday through Friday. Let's say I wrote inclusive there. Let's say our hours are now 7:30 to 5:30. Let's say that our clinics are now on Sunday from 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. and so on. You can see that you can just type in the content area and make your edits. Now if we want to add more paragraphs at the bottom, we could just type them down here. Pretty neat, eh? Now you also have your typical shortcuts like Control B for bold, Control I for italic, Control U for underline. And also, you may want to change some of this content. Like you notice how some of the fonts are different colors and so on, the headings. So to do that, let's say we want to make a new heading right here. This is a heading. What we do is after we type it, we go up here and we change the type of heading it is. So we're going to make that a heading 2. This is a subheading. We're going to make that a heading 3. This is a subheading. Make that a heading 4. See how it works? They're all sort of nested one inside the other. Now, the general rules are on every page should have one H1 heading, heading 1, and every page already does have it, and that's up at the top. You can't see it, but it's the heading that goes with the page, and it's not editable. So it's better not to make extra heading 1 tags. In fact, any heading should probably be a heading 2 unless it's a subheading. So you have here our holiday hours. Right here you might have our regular hours, our infrequent hours. I can't type. And so on. And then you could have subheadings under that. Now if you wanted to change it so that the first heading said our hours, then you could make this a heading 3, our holiday hours. And then this would be a heading 4. This would be a heading 4. And then this might be another heading 3, because it's still under hours. And this is a heading 4. And now this becomes a heading 5. And so on. So I hope that makes sense. Now I'm not going to save it, because you don't want your website to be changed. But you click save here, and then what changes I've made will be actually added to the server. Now I'll just go through a couple of these other buttons so you understand them. Cut, you can use Control X on your keyboard. Copy, you can use Control C on your keyboard. Paste, Control V. Paste is plain text. This removes formatting. And if you're going to be pasting from Word, you don't really want to put in all the crap that Microsoft attaches to the text. So just use that. This does give you an option to paste from Word, and you can try it, but I would be tempted to just use text. Word really is not a good program. Undo, redo. This is a spell check as you type. You'll see that it is enabled. Then link. Let's show you how to make links. So let's say we want to make the word website, check the website, to be a link. So what you do is you first highlight it, and then you click the chain link button, and you put in the link. So let's say it's a link to my website. And you can also make it an email or to content in the text. But for now we'll just do regular URLs, and our target will be a new page. So let's make it a new window. Okay. So now that becomes a link. And because it goes to a new page, it gets this pretty little icon on the side that lets people know that it's going to pop out. Alright, so we'll continue through. So, whoops, I double-clicked the link for editing it. So now it's highlighted. I can destroy the link by going like that. This is for putting an anchor in the page. I'm not going to get into that. It's a little complicated. This is for making images, tables, putting horizontal lines. This is for characters, such character map type things. So let's say one, the little triangle. There it is. Again, bold is Control B, italic is Control I, strike through, I don't know what that is, Control S? No, that's save, I won't do that. Remove formatting, so if you wanted to get rid of, let's say you had some content that, had bold in it and everything, if you click that, it removes that formatting. This is for a numbered list. So with numbered lists, every time I press enter, I get the next number. And then I can indent and press enter, and I get the next letter. And then I can indent again, and I get the next Roman numeral. Indent again, I get lowercase letters, and so on. Alright, so you understand now what the indenting and decrease and increase are for. You also have bullets, so I could decide to make maybe this last list to all be bullets instead of numbers. So I highlighted it and I clicked the bullet button. And finally we have quotations. So if there's a section of the content that is a quoted piece of content, then you just highlight that and press the quote button, and you get this nice little insert of quoted text. And then styles, pretty much you're going to ignore that. It gives you some options, but I'm not even sure that I've enabled all of that. So that's the way the menu system works. Now let's just talk about images. I kind of glossed over the images and the tables. Images are a little bit more complicated in that, unlike Word where you can just drag an image into the text, you actually have to put the image on the internet first. And once the image is on the internet, then you can insert it into your content. So if the image you want to use is actually saved on your own computer, you're going to have to upload it to the internet. Otherwise, when people from other computers try to view the web page, they're not going to be able to see that picture. It's saved on your computer. It's not saved out on the internet where they can view it. And really all we're editing when we edit this content is just text. There's no graphical element to it. So inserting an image is really inserting a link to the image. So I'm going to just quickly show you kind of how that works. First I'm going to just grab an image that's on the internet already. I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type cartoon doctor, and I'll grab one of these. I'll go to the images. Let's say it's that one. So I'm going to select it and I'm going to click view image, and I'm going to copy this link. Now, I don't recommend you do this because if that website should ever go down, or if somebody saw that you were stealing their image, then this image could become broken. But I'm doing this for purposes of teaching you how it works. So I'm going to put the image right there. I'm going to make it float over to this right side. But I want it on this line. So I don't click at the end. I click at the beginning. And I want the image to be on this side over here. So I'll click the image button. And now I get a place to put the URL, which I just copied. And now the alternative text is going to be funny doctor. And this is what a blind person is supposed to be able to see on their screen reader. It will read to them image of funny doctor or something like that. Alright, and now the width and the height. This is already set by the style sheet, so even though that looks really big right now in the preview, when I click OK, there are going to be limitations to how big the image can be. Now, as you can see, that doesn't look nice, but it does limit the width of an image. So I'm going to double click it, and I'm just going to change it here manually. I'm going to make it 50 or 60, we'll say, sure, by 60. Let's make it 100, a little bigger. And alignment. Now remember before I said it could float to the left or to the right? So we want it on the right side, and now you can see what it looks like. Click OK. And now we have a little image. You'll notice that it's got rounded corners and it's got a bit of a shadow on it. That's part of the style sheet that I've predetermined for the way the website will look. So you can't really change that. If for some reason you wanted to create an image that didn't have background of white or didn't have a border around it, then you can send me an email and I'll describe to you how to go about that. But it's beyond the purposes of this tutorial. So that explains to you how the images work. Now I'm going to show you how to upload your own image, because you don't want to be using images that other people have. So we're going to just cancel this, and I'm going to go to the Upload menu. Now, don't believe it's available for this. Oh, yes, it is. There it is. Upload General Files. Now, I click that, and you can see that there's a whole bunch of images that have been uploaded. Some of them that probably shouldn't be in there. We're going to... Oh, there it is. I couldn't see that box. Alright, so I clicked the Browse, the Choose File button, and it depends on your browser. It might say Browse on Windows. And I'll just find an image here. Let's see, photos. My cowboy look. It was my Halloween costume. Alright, I'm going to open that one. Click Upload now. And now it's complete. Now the image isn't showing here yet, but the link to the image is right there. So let's click it. Now you can copy that. So we're going to cut that, or copy it. And now we're going to go back. What's going on here? Back. There we go. Now, because I didn't save, all those changes we made are gone, which is good. I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to put my picture. Paste that URL. Alternative text. Jason as a cowboy. Make it 100 wide. Float it to the left this time. Okay. And there you go. And that's really all there is to it. Now, there are some little extra details that I've kind of glossed over, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you want to know more about tables, I guess I could show you that fairly quickly. I'm going to click the table thing, the table icon up there, and you can specify how many rows and columns you want. So let's give it 6 rows, 3 columns. Headers, first row. Alright, and click OK. And there's our table. And as you'll notice, it has a bit of formatting set to it. This is the formatting that is part of the style sheet that I predetermined. This is the heading. This is another heading, and I'm using the tab to move to the next field. This is the third heading. And you'll notice that they all kind of resize themselves based on what's in the other columns. Data, data, data. A longer sentence that has more information to show the way wrapping works. Here's some more information to further demonstrate wrapping, etc. You get the idea? So that's really all there is to tables. Alright, so I hope this is helpful, and send me an email or give me a call if you have any questions. Thank you.